on you, radical. This is a real important historic video. Here we go. The frogs have been boiled nicely. 10 years later, they want to come out. So read through this. The NRA, which is not to be fused with these criminal derelicts. The NRC in Japan, their nuclear regulatory authority. NRA. Here the NRC, which are nothing but a bunch of nuclear rallying cheerleaders. Now you read through this. Now this is important before I get going. That the United States is 100% in charge of the Fukushima. The United States. 1945, Yalta by the Sea, when they divided up the world after World War II, the United States took Japan. They turned it into their radioactive experiment is all they did. Now remember, when the explosion happened, and the first thing, Kevin Blanch, the first report on Earth. By the way, it took me hours. I was in a Nevada test site, well, in Utah, at Energy Solutions dump site, protesting Mike Lee bringing in nuclear fallout, which the irony of this, illegally, Mike Lee. The irony, Mike Lee to Kevin Blanch, you can look it up. We just found out my dad was a downwinder. Think about that. Think about these sick bastards. Unbelievable. So the NRA in Japan, which is run by the United States. Lake Barrett's in charge of the freaking cleanup over there. Look it up on 60 Minutes. It took 60 Minutes 3,000 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in 1 hour. Look up the first video Kevin Blanch did. Look it up. Everything he said. I mean, I cannot believe the denial. I cannot believe 10 years later, how long must I sing this song? It's unbelievable. The frogs have been boiled. Read through this. They says, oh, we just stopped our freaking investigation stuff. We stopped taking readings for 5 years. They didn't even take readings for 5 years. So they go in September this year, in Unit 1, 10 sieverts an hour. One sievert will kill you dead. And, oh, the frogs have been boiled. They spent, you know how many billions and billions and billions of dollars they've spent on this so-called cleanup? You, the taxpayer. Oh, you don't think you're paying for this? Oh, you're paying for this through the IAEA. Oh, yeah. Remember he went there? And remember, oh, you're in denial? And I talked to him. I'm in Vienna. I talked to him personally. Sandra says, you're really going to Fukushima? You're out of your mind. It'll kill you. Right to his face. Do you know he died shortly thereafter of cancer? He's freaking fighting for his life. I mean, it's unbelievable that you know how many people have died on that cleanup? They use the homeless, they use the distraught, they use the many handicapped, they use the people the mob owes money to. This is the greatest criminal organization in the history. This is the greatest crime in human history. The nuclear crime syndicate has committed. It's outrageous. It's unbelievable. 10 years later, the frogs have been boiled. Hell of a way to boil an ocean. The ocean. How much evidence do you people have to have? It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Now let's talk about the COVID deniers. I like all the COVID deniers. What's the matter with you people? You think this isn't real? So the congressman-elect, 41 years old in Louisiana, died yesterday of COVID. Oh, the flu's killed more. What is the matter with you people? COVID is killing 4,000 people a week in the United States. A week. A week. Can you do math? Oh, the flu epidemic of 20. Oh, yeah, which there's no doubt in my mind is Fukushima. It's an evolution. Killed 50,000. It's killing that almost a week right now. You're into that. Look, stay with me. Einstein himself, every scientist in the 50s, and they were all over, and they had this dead to rights then. He said, you will unleash this madness as soon as we get a meltdown. It's inevitable to have a hell of a way to boil a planet. That's Kevin Blanch. Hell of a way to boil an ocean. That's Kevin Blanch. He said, quote, this energy will get out and cause viruses. It will cause mutations and create a virus. There is absolutely, positively no doubt. And if you don't know my path and you don't think I'm accurate and right on stuff, you haven't been watching this. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that COVID-19, why do you think they named it COVID? I got chased out of the World Health Organization. I protested inside in Geneva, put on a train and run out. There's no doubt in my mind. Why do you think COVID? They don't call it freaking coronavirus. They don't call it SARS-2. They call it COVID. COVID's a Hebrew word that means Kobe. Kobe's the Japanese word for great. The great virus. They know. I know they know. I know that for a fact. Why do you think the United States classified this? You read through this. Why would they stop the readings for 5 years? Because it's all a charade. You know, and I like all these guys like Dutch Sands, all these zillions and zillions of vloggers and bloggers that took this on and turned this into right-wing conspiracy freak show land. Alex Jones, where are they now? They were paid to create this facade on Fukushima, to throw Kevin Blanche into a freaking pigeonhole with those lunatics. Jane Helm, Pizzagate, where's the next one? They're insane. You know, it's all freaking, you know, Sandy Hook freaking actors. They're insane. And so that, you know, they tried to pigeonhole me into their freaking, because that's what they had to do. They says, well, get the psychos. You end up the usual liars, you know, so they can sell freaking iodine. Iodine pill will do shit for you. And then they can put Kevin Blanche in their freaking crowd. I'm not in their crowd. I'm the opposite of their crowd. I'm a real PhD, the ongoing historic PhD. Scientists are mystified. They're baffled. How much evidence? I mean, post-Fukushima, this energy comes out. You don't even know it. Look it up. Look it up. Leslie Stahl, the Lake Bear, Fukushima, Japan, on day 3,100, I believe. Well, where is it? See, Pacific Ocean's right there. See those holes? The cores have melted through there. Well, this is kind of like going to the moon. Oh, way bigger than that. This has never happened before. This is not some far-fetched, I mean, my hypothesis at first, because I says, look, it took me a year and a half to convince anybody these were one meltdowns. A year and a half. You know, everybody says, yeah, until you die from this. Oh, it hasn't killed people? What do you think COVID is? COVID's killing 4,000 to 5,000 people a week. Or excuse me, a day in North America alone. It's Fukushima. All these scientists said, you're going to release this energy. You know, this nuclear, Einstein had it dead to rights. He says it'll only be a matter of time. You get a nuclear meltdown. These water boilers are this. He soak it off. Oppenheimer, all these guys said this is the most insane thing. Why do you think they found that madman teller? By the way, I pissed on his grave. You know, they marched my father in the Nevada test site, drafted a Marine, put him in a cage, air blast one, and murder him. Try to make a sequel out of me. I was given 2 months to live. Think about the fact that I go into the freaking bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. Just think about that. 3/11s. My God, you cannot make my place in time. The intuitive mind. I knew it. I remember when I was in the test site protesting Mike Lee bringing in the Italian waste here at Energy Solutions, whose father died young of this, a downwinder, and now we elect Burgess Owens here who wants to restart freaking nuclear testing here. This is how degenerate Utah is. They're sick. They're sick. They're freaking hypnotized. They're sick with Operation Foxconn. Obey, consume, die young and going to see American manufactured Jesus. The one with an AK-47. You know, the one, Joel Osteen. Oh my God. Do you know Joel Osteen got $4 million in the stimulus bailout? A guy who's banking, tax-free, $50 million a year. This guy is one of the greatest criminals. He's going to hell. Well, you're all going to hell. Not my crowd, but everybody. This is the biggest story on the face of the earth 10 million times. So now they come out now and says, read these readings. Oh, we're going to have to delay the freaking getting the fuel. Please, getting the fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all had cement fuel. They all blew up. Unit 3 had MOX fuel. What's that? Blew to cement. What was the MOX fuel? It was the MOX fuel because we passed a law here. Do you know Trump vetoed and overturned the law to double MOX fuel? It was against the law in the United States. We banned it here in the United States. So what did they do? They shipped it from South Carolina. You know about the Tower to Babylon in South Carolina? It started out at $455 million. It's $29 billion. The MOX fuel fairy tale, Arriva, bankrupt. Chicago Bridge and Iron, bankrupt. Westinghouse's project, it'll never finish. Trump restarted it up. Porky Pig Trump. He's as bad as Obama in the cover-up. $29 billion. The Department of Energy goes in. The accounting office, the United States accounting office goes in and does an internal audit. In the internal audit, they say the United States has been billed for 78% completion when it's only 28% completion. $29 billion. And they do nothing. Those people should all, until you start to lock these nuclear freaking, they're criminals. The whole industry's criminal. And you think about the media. Now think about this. Now stop. I want you to think about this. I'm in critical condition while I've done all this work. I was given 2 months to live. I have AML de novo leukemia. Not to mention, these criminal trolls attacked me. Videos with my chest split open heart. In critical condition. A cancer victim. AML leukemia cancer victim. Felonies in all 50 states to attack. The United States government hired PR firms, teams of PR firms, to specifically attack Kevin Blanche. Now you think about it. And I've lived in poverty for I was a millionaire when I got sick. I was uninsured. Think about how many people I made rich having you buy Tesla stock in 2011. Get rid of yourself. Get rid of your buy Tesla, buy Tesla, buy Tesla. You won't listen. But do any of those people came forward and pay me back? Oh, you made me rich. You made me a millionaire, but not 5 cents. Thank you to everybody who's supported this work. You think this is the most historic PhD in human history by 1,000,000 times. You think that the mutation from Fukushima, came from the Wuhan lab from seafood? No doubt in my mind. Where did the seafood come from? He said it over and over and over. He said it. He said, you're going to get a meltdown on one of these reactors. It's only a matter of time. It will mutate into viruses. It will take the human genome 50 generations to adapt. He said it over and over and over. And yet you're just going to laugh and blow it off. Tide pool's white. Tide pools aren't there. Kevin Blanche critical just got to go prove it to you. Sleeping on a freaking pile. Where are the marine biologists? Where's the media? Where's all these people? They should be freaking lined up. It's criminal as hell. You read this. Oh, we didn't even study for 5 years. The frogs have been boiled. You know how many people they've murdered? You know how many workers have died in Fukushima? Oh, the Fukushima 50. This movie. The Fukushima 50's mother, the head, sent me an email from Japan. 2 weeks, she says he's got cancer, Kevin, from Fukushima. He'll be dead within 2 weeks. And then they circle the wagons. They go after they block. I can't get an email out of Japan. It says 2013. Not a one. They block me. They attack me. They go after the son of a Special Forces Marine who gave his life. My uncle who raised me right here, Omaha Beach, D-Day. Pillar of the community. All I've ever done is give myself away, give myself away, give myself away. I've done everything right, and look how they treat me. And look what they do. So, you read through this and you tell me. It's unbelievable. Stay tuned.